Welcome to VoiceOver 101.
Welcome back to VoiceOver 101 with John Bailey. I'm a full-time professional voice actor, 6 years professionally, 4 years full-time. I've done over 150 movie trailers. I'm the voice of Honest Trailers. I've been in XCOM and a dozen other video games. I've done an audiobook. I've done voices for toys. I've done a ton of stuff. Today I want to talk about video game voice acting because I know a lot of people are interested in the different types of voice acting that there are, and this is one of the areas of the business. So today I'm going to give you some tips on how to be a good video game voice actor. Number 1, talent. Just because you have a great voice doesn't make you a great voice actor. It's not about the voice, it's about acting. Being able to manipulate your voice is an impressive skill to have, and it gives a great range. Definitely comes in handy when you're a voice actor. It doesn't necessarily make you a good actor. Be a good actor. There's a reason why so many TV stars are being hired to do video game voice acting, because they're great actors. Nathan Fillion, the cast of Firefly. They keep bringing in people like Lance Henriksen, and they're not hiring them because of what they can do vocally. They're hiring them because they're good actors. So, be a good actor. Think of video games more now as interactive movies rather than as games, because that's slowly what the genre has become. I mean, look at the Order 1886, for example. That game is more of a movie than it is even a game. But so many of these big cinematic movie-type games, Gears of War, Mass Effect, they're all more like movies than games. Number 2. Time. Be careful when you record, because video games require a 4-hour session, up to 3 different characters, hundreds of lines, usually 4, sometimes 600, 700 lines. Lots of fighting, lots of getting hurt, lots of dying. It can really damage your vocal cords. So, record on the weekends if you possibly can. Usually a Friday afternoon is probably the best. That gives you a few days to recuperate. Voice rest, hydrate, honey lemon tea works, lozenges, anything you can do to make sure that your voice... Make sure if you need a break, you tell them you need a break. Here's a few examples of some fighting sounds. This comes straight from a great voice actor and one of the guys that I work with my manager, Dave Fennoy. You know him from the Telltale Games, Walking Dead. Fighting sounds. Think of the vowels of the A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U. There you go. There you have some basic punching fighting sounds. Being hurt sounds kind of the opposite. Think of what it would feel like to get hurt. If you've ever burnt yourself, what kind of noise would you make if you got burnt? Or you can have a slow build. There's lots of different ways to get hurt. There's an instant impact. There's one getting shot. There's ones where it's a slow hurt and you're like, or, you go full Peter Griffin. Dying sounds, don't go overboard with dying. You don't want to be that guy that's... Take it easy, try to be natural with it, and watch movies, watch games. See how other people do dying sounds on camera or in other video games, so you can kind of get a feel for it. Number 3, tempo. Practice makes perfect. It's slightly slower than normal, if you've noticed. If you watch a cartoon, I'll try to put some examples in here if I can find some. We'll take an example of a voice actor who's done both cartoons and video games. Clip from the cartoon, they talk at a normal speed like I'm talking right now, because you can kind of sort of understand me. In a video game, though, they have to slow it down so anybody that plays the game, no matter what age they are, can understand what they're saying. So they slightly slow down there. It's still conversational, but it's a slightly slower way of speaking. It's a little more articulate at times. You'll just notice when especially like the choose-your-own-adventure type of games, when there's a lot of dialogue. But even in games like Gears of War, where it's a very fast-paced action game, you're like, that's one. He's not saying, that's one. He's going, that's one. I got some on me. It's just slightly slower than normal. It's so slight you almost don't even notice it. That also depends on the type of game. When I worked on XCOM, they wanted him to have an even slower than normal pace, because they want to keep people, confused about whether he's an alien, is he a robot, is he being controlled by aliens? And that's why he speaks in a slower way of speaking, Commander. Number 4, train. Use your imagination. Ian McKellen said it really great in this comedy sketch. He said, acting is simply pretending to be someone else. And that's exactly what it is. That's what acting is. We've been using our imagination since we were children. We pretended to be superheroes. We pretended to be cowboys. So you just pretending to be someone else. Video games. If you want to be a video game actor, play video games so you can see what type of video game acting there is. Find the demos for people who do video game. Find Nolan North. Find Nathan Fillion's probably got a video game demo reel. All these guys have video game demos that you can listen to, and there's also a lot of great coaches that you can work with. Kevin Delaney has done a lot of video game stuff, and he offers coaching. Kyle Bear, he may or may not still be doing coaching or not, but he has a lot of good input. A lot of these guys do coaching as well, and they can tell you the difference between that, and they can give you some actual examples of copy and stuff that you can practice with. You're not trying to impersonate those people that you're hearing. You're trying to emulate what they're doing. You'll notice that they're acting they're not going outside of their range. In other words, if I was going for a game, a regular standard game for today's genre, usually it would probably be my own natural voice. It wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be the movie trailer voice all the time. So it also depends on which character it is. But usually it's very, very close to your own natural voice. If they want somebody that's country, they just want to take this voice and just make it a little more country, and then you slow it down to slightly normal than conversational voice. All of a sudden you got a character that could be in The Walking Dead. So it's very close to my natural range. That's what they're looking for. They're not looking for people with these crazy over-the-top vocal skills. They're looking for people who can act really well. They can change their voice slightly, but, soldiers all kind of sound like this. They're all males, 20s to 40 years old, and they all kind of have this voice. Some of them may be a little bit gruffer than others. Some of them may have a slight accent, or they may be from Australia somewhere, because there's a lot of mercenaries and there's a lot of different types of, accents in these games, especially games like Battlefield Hardline or Counter-Strike or Call of Duty. They've got lots of different accents. So they've got people that are over from the UK. They've got people that are from Australia. They've got people that just from everywhere. So there's a lot of accents are involved as well in video game voice acting. So you need to practice your accents, practice your tempo, train, be aware of time, and it's about acting. It's not just about having a great voice. I hope this has helped. This has been fun. Thanks so much for Voice Bunny for supporting these VoiceOver 101 videos. You can check them out at voicebunny.com. You get paid for auditioning. As a client, you can get your really, really fast voiceover work done. voicebunny.com. So check them out, and thanks for watching.
Be sure to subscribe for more VoiceOver 101 and epic voice reviews on Tuesdays and imitation gaming videos on Thursdays. We'll see you at the studio. All of these awesome shirts are brought to you by RippedApparel.com.